sir.
What was your match of the week?
My match of the week. Honestly, was DIY versus British Strong Style, and I will call them British Strong Style because that is their name.
I'm a big Pete Dunne fan.
I don't know, dude. It's like it's gonna be. I kind of wanted to see DIY pull it off. I think it's time. It's more than enough time to get Ciampa and Gargano the tag titles. They did it in NXT. They were extremely over when they were together. Yes, the British Strong Style is. I mean, both of them are damn good. I mean, I'm so glad Pete Dunne is now back as Pete Dunne. That was actually his cousin Butch that was stepping in for him. It's a weird thing. I forgot to break that news. So Pete Dunne's now back. Okay, let them cook a little bit as a tag team. Let them cook.
Yeah, they'll be fine.
DIY has been cooking for a while. It's time for them to be taken out of the oven and put on a platform.
Split the tag titles up. Give DIY instead of those
that way.
Please do that.
Michael, what was your match of the week?
Favorite match of the week this week? I'm going to go with the Hangman Adam Page Swerve Strickland match. I think the match does a lot of good business. I think it continues the story of them moving. And I like that it ended in a draw. But that draw also, instead of just being, oh, it's a draw, now, we move on. Instead, I love the fact that the booking's taking it into a three-way match. That's going to protect Joe, because I ultimately think Swerve Strickland is going to be walking out of Revolution with the title. If they don't have him walk out of Revolution with the title, I think that's a misstep. I do think Swerve Strickland's as hot as he is right now that he's been in his career. So pull the trigger on Swerve. I love the fact that they did the double turn. Hangman being the babyface saying, I'm not giving you 5 more minutes, which is the babyface trope of, hey, we need to have a fighting spirit and a fighting contest and we need a winner. And it was just it's a simple, easy double turn, which basically highlighted it set off the entire match, because the match, Swerve Strickland was more babyface telling, Mogul MC, we don't need you. Go away, go away, go away. So I think that's really good. I love that. And I'm excited to see what Swerve does as a babyface, because one of the things that it's amazing to me is, like, a few months ago, you broke into that other man's house and cut a promo on his sleeping child. And now we're all like, boo, cowboy man, yay, home invasion guy. So it's just to take that and just take those memories that we have and just instantly flip them, and we're all like, and no one's saying, well, that's kind of convoluted, I can't believe they did that. And it's just kind of like, yeah, no, that makes sense. I'm into Swerve. So I got to go with that AEW match there.
I'm also a big Swerve fan. I've been saying since NXT that he was a much bigger star than the North American Championship. And it seems that he's growing since then, and I'm really excited for him to get his first title shot.
Yep.
Allie, you got a match of the week for me?
Okay, so I started a new job this week. So, yay, thank you. So I didn't really work for a whole lot of wrestling.
Tiffany Trinity, go with it. It's a good match.
Yeah, just say Tiffany Trinity.
Yeah, that one. But I fucking hate Tiffany.
Not Tiffany. It was Jordan Grace versus.
Oh yeah, the
Trinity versus. I watched the match Thursday too, and I don't remember the other partners. Giselle Shaw.
Bridget.
We're gonna go with that because I know that was probably a banger.
You're just gonna pick one of them. You'll just you trust Bo enough to just be like, yeah.
I trust those ladies enough in a match that I know it was a banger.
Yeah,
it was Trinity's send off, and it was well deserved. Like, I know her Jordan Grace match was equal to that, but this was like it.
For me, I'm gonna take AJ's back because it's right here. Ilya Trick Williams. I'm a huge Ilya Dragunov fan. He got my match of the year with him and Walter a few years ago when he got the belt from Walter, now Gunther. So he can he's one of those guys, like the old school guys, wrestle a broom, right? Like Ilya Dragunov could wrestle a broom. He could have a good match with anybody. The Japanese blow up doll Yoshihiko, like Ilya Dragunov, British strong style versus you. No, I'm just kidding. When he wrestled Trick Williams, what I liked about it is even for somebody who's still, I don't want to say in NXT because I don't think NXT is still a fully developmental brand anymore. I think they've moved into solidifying themselves as the third brand out of the three, but its own standalone brand. It's very reminiscent than it was in the developmental days in 2012, 2013, 2014 to where it is now. It's got its own TV deal, standalone. They didn't have to partner with Raw anymore. I say let NXT stand on its own 2 feet. Ilya Dragunov was the perfect person to hold that belt right now while they transition into that. He brought the best out of Trick Williams, and it's leading us, Trick Williams, to Carmelo at Stand and Deliver or WrestleMania, depending on how ballsy Shawn and Triple H decide to be with that call.
Yeah, the big thing about NXT coming up this next year is that NXT is going to be the only wrestling you can watch on free television. Like NXT is about to be on broadcast. No, it's CW. You know what? The CW is broadcast TV. It's not, one of your top 4 networks, but that's amazing for them. Like that's going to bring in, I think that's going to set WWE up for, a lot of these folks who don't have a lot of name recognition because they're old or I don't want to say old, but they're ex athletes, right? With this name, image, and likeness deal that NXT is running through right now. It's going to help build those connections on a much wider audience. So when these folks come to the main roster, they're already going to be known.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed.
I totally 100% agree with that. And I'm like,
awesome.
Will knows I watch NXT every Tuesday. It's just another step because you're going to get all those people jumping over from USA to watch it.
Right.
And then you're going to get that casual guy because there's like my cousin is very untechnology at all. So he still has a converter box.
Mm-hmm.
Like there'll be those guys flipping through just normal local channels and, oh, look, wrestling. I haven't seen this in a while.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. And they're bringing in pure athletes. So those folks can do anything in the ring. So I'm excited to see. I'm really interested to see how the name, image, and likeness deal affects WWE 10, 15 years down the road if it's something they continue on. Because I think it's interesting to pull in people who have athletic backgrounds, but who don't have wrestling backgrounds.